What has been the political impact of the Cambridge Analytica expose so far? What has the political impact been in Kenya? Okay. Now, of course, major Jubilee characters, personalities have denied that there was any involvement. Okay. Others have said the kind of things being reported in the Western media that Cambridge Analytica did in the United States and even in the United Kingdom during the so-called Brexit vote, right? The vote about the exit from the European Union of Britain. Those things cannot work in Kenya. Yeah, they're saying that in Kenya you have to go to the ground, to the remote villages and talk to people. It cannot all be done online. On the opposition side, the Chief Executive Officer, Norman Magaya, has asked for a full investigation into the activities of Cambridge Analytica in Kenya, both in 2013 and in 2017. Yeah. Now, of course, you'll know that both those two presidential elections were contested. By that, I mean there were doubts as to whether the person who won really won. Now, the argument that in Kenya is not the US, Kenya is not UK, holds a lot of water. It's true. However, that argument opens up a whole new can of worms. Why do I say that? I say that because no matter how many times Jubilee deny, we have solid evidence that Cambridge Analytica were here. Undisputable evidence, yeah, because it came from the horse's mouth. Secondly, and this is the more alarming issue to look at, while it is true that an election in Kenya cannot be entirely won on social media, okay, which is different from other more developed Western countries, the immediate question that comes to mind is that then what did this firm do in Kenya? What did Cambridge Analytica do in Kenya to be able to secure the win for President Uhuru Kenyatta? Why did they call the firm in the first place if they knew they cannot win totally through social media? Why didn't they engage them? Why did they end up paying them such huge sums of money to come to Kenya? Now that question becomes even more alarming when we already know that this is a firm which is prepared to go to any lengths to ensure the victory of their candidate. Yeah, and that includes sending prostitutes to opposition figures, yeah, to seduce them and to get information. Okay. Again, that is undisputed information because it came straight from the horse's mouth again. We also know that the firm was involved in bribing opposition figures. Again, that came from the horse's mouth. So in my view, it would have been much better had Kenya been exactly like the US and the UK, yeah, where people would focus on what was done online, yeah, what was done on social media. That would have been much more comfortable, yeah. However, the fact that the firm must have done much more than that in order to secure a win for their client is what should make Kenyans panic. What other evil did they get involved in? Were they also involved in the infamous formula that multiplied the votes of Uhuru Kenyatta? Yeah, every time Raila Odinga got X number of votes, it was multiplied X number of times, and the result listed as votes for Uhuru Kenyatta. Did they have something to do with that? What makes this whole issue even more disturbing is the way this firm operates. Okay, now by nature, of course, a political consultancy normally deals with very sensitive issues, yeah, and therefore whatever they do is supposed to be kept secret. However, from the video evidence, yeah, a lot of these things this firm were doing are illegal, yeah, because how, for example, do you have a software within your system that deletes emails every 2 hours? Yeah, every 2 hours emails just disappear so that there's no trace. Why would a company go to such great lengths to have shell companies, to have proxies, to have subcontractors in a bid to hide any paper trail, to hide any footprint? Why would one need to go to such extremes if what they're doing is above board? Now I'll conclude this video with a very astounding statement. Yeah, it is clear that politicians from both sides of the political divide are very, very guarded and cautious over this Cambridge Analytica issue. And the reason is obvious. Yeah, both sides have a lot of dark secrets to hide. Yes, even the opposition. And if we are to believe the tactics of Cambridge Analytica, it is very highly unlikely that some very prominent people in the opposition were bribed. It is highly unlikely that some opposition figures had Ukrainian prostitutes sent to them to seduce them. The bottom line is that Cambridge Analytica's business is dark secrets. That's really what their business is. Yeah, they dig up dirt on people. Yeah, release it on the internet. Yeah, that's what we were told. That's what they told us on the video. And since most of our politicians have very, very dark secrets that like to remain buried, yeah, you can understand the cause for concern. Yeah, therefore, we have very interesting days and weeks to come, yeah, as this story continues to develop. I think there are much bigger shocks in store for us. Until next time, this is Kumekucha.